You might be wondering how Parsons' social system, with its long words and strange variables, matters for answering UPSC questions. By the end of this video, you will be completely clear about Parsons' social system and how to use it in answers. Let's start with a simple curiosity. What makes a society hang together like a machine or a body? If you are confused about where to begin in your answer, this explanation will give you a clear structure and examples. We'll keep things basic and focused on what UPSC expects. And towards the end, we will understand a key idea that most UPSC aspirants miss. First, imagine any system as a set of interrelated parts, like a motor car, a body, or even an orchestra. Parsons uses the word system to mean a collection of parts that affect one another and together form a whole. The basic building block for him is social action, not society as a vague idea. He then organizes systems of action into three subsystems: the personality system, the cultural system, and the social system. Think of the personality system as the individual engine, our drives, motivations, and learned habits that make us act. The personality system learns and keeps our motivations so we can play our social roles properly. Socialization is at the core here. It links a person's inner motivations to social expectations through rewards and sanctions. Next, the cultural system is the score or the script. Values, norms, symbols, and shared behavior. Culture legitimates what is considered right and wrong in that social setting, and it shapes choices actors make. The social system is the pattern of relations and interactions between people, two or more actors interacting in a bounded situation. Parsons' social system is analytical. Treat it as a model that helps you explain how institutions hold together. Now the main units. Parsons talks about acts, actors, roles, and statuses that keep the system functioning. A social act has two sides: orientation, how an actor seeks gratification, and gratification, what they actually get. An actor occupies statuses and performs roles. Status is position, role is expected behavior linked to that position. Allocation is Parsons' term for distributing people to roles, facilities, and rewards. Poor allocation threatens stability. To keep the system stable, Parsons points to two important mechanisms: socialization and social control. Socialization teaches and motivates people to follow norms. Social control uses rewards and sanctions to limit deviance. Remember, deviance can both threaten integration and act as a source of change. A subtle point for answers. Parsons then formulates functional prerequisites, four basic problems every social system must solve to survive. These are pattern maintenance and tension management, adaptation, goal attainment, and integration, often abbreviated as AGIL in summaries. Pattern maintenance creates shared values and manages emotional tensions through rituals, arts, and life cycle institutions. Adaptation covers the economy and technological capacities that let a society meet material needs. Goal attainment refers to mobilizing resources for collective ends, usually a political function or state apparatus. Integration secures coordination, solidarity, and rules to resolve conflicts. This is where law and corrective institutions fit. A quick analogy. Think of a country as an organism where culture is the nervous system, personality the muscles, and institutions the skeleton. Now to a key analytical device: Parsons pattern variables. These are choice dilemmas actors face in interaction. There are 5 variables: affectivity versus affective neutrality, diffuseness versus specificity, universalism versus particularism, ascription versus achievement, and self-orientation versus collectivity orientation. These variables help you classify relationships. Family is diffuse and affective, while a bureaucratic job is specific and effectively neutral. Use examples like teacher-student versus mother-child to illustrate particularism and universalism in an answer. Parsons suggests these patterns explain why primary relationships differ from secondary impersonal ones. Use this to structure comparison answers. Many UPSC aspirants miss one key point. Parsons treats the social system as a constructed analytical type, not a direct empirical object. This means you should explain Parsons as a theoretical model that helps interpret social facts, not as a literal description of society. In answers, link his abstractions to real institutions, family, bureaucracy, market, judiciary, to show application and depth. For exam use, quote keywords: system of action, personality system, cultural legitimation, role status, socialization, social control, and pattern variables. Short, precise examples and the agile framework can fetch clarity marks in GS or Sociology Optional responses. Quick recap. Parsons builds society from social action, divides it into 3 subsystems, lists units like acts and roles, and proposes mechanisms and functional needs. He also offers pattern variables to map interaction dilemmas and a model for explaining stability and change. You can now form a crisp 6 to 8 line answer. Define Parsons' social system, give the 3 subsystems, explain mechanisms, and end with an example. And remember the exam trick mention that Parsons' system is an analytical construct and link theory to institutional examples. If you want ready-made notes, sample answers, or quick revision maps on Parsons, continue learning with EduRev for focused UPSC material.